BTS J-Hope went live on Weverse on September 7th and shared some updates, including his long hair dilemma, and he also shared like his workout routine, recording updates, although there wasn't much updates about that, and his sleep schedule. And of course, his newly revealed tattoos. So we're gonna talk about those. It was a relatively very brief live, about like 10 minutes long. He turned it on his way home. So as usual, I'll do a full reaction while provide a natural English translation and with some context as needed. Okay, so let's start. It's very dark. He's inside his car, which I'm pretty sure his staff member, his protocol manager, is driving. And it's very dark. Wearing a white mask in the beginning. Let's move over to when he first speaks. Yeah, his hair is very long. Alright, and then, yeah, there you go. Finger heart.
예, 집 가는 길에 잠깐 라이브 켰습니다.
Yep, I just turned on live for a bit on my way home. 집 가는 길에 잠깐 라이브 켰습니다.
너무 오랜만이네요. 그렇죠.
It's been such a long time, right? Hold up, how many days has it been? How many weeks? BTS live. So this was the live that we're watching right now. The last time Hobi turned on his live stream was when? Oh, yeah, it has been a while. Oh, right here. July 26th. Okay, so it's been more than a month. All right. So, welcome back.
머리가 많이 길었어요, 여러분들.
머리가 많이 길었어요, 여러분. My hair's gotten really long, everyone. Oh, by the way, 머리 literally means head, but in Korean, we also, use the word to mean hair as well.
그렇죠. 그냥 계속 기르고 있는데.
I've just been letting it grow out. He's gonna talk more about his hair later on.
라이브를 안 찾아온 지 좀 오래된 것 같아가지고 한번 켰습니다.
It feels like it's been a while since I came on live, so I turned it on today.
Hello.
Hello?
저는 너무 잘 지내고 있고요, 여러분들.
I've been doing really well, everyone.
뭐 녹음하면서 지내고 있고 운동도 좀 꾸준히 하면서 지내고 있고.
I've been spending time recording and I've been working out regularly too.
그래도 뭐하지? 나 요즘 뭐하더라?
그리고 또 뭐하지? 나 뭐 없나? 요즘 뭐하더라? He said, and what else? What have I been doing lately? So he's asking himself.
네, 그냥 재밌게 잘 살고 있었습니다.
Yep, I've just been living happily, having fun. 재밌게 잘 살고 있었습니다.
머리를 이제 어떻게 정리를 할까 좀 고민 중이에요. 생각보다 진짜 많이 길었거든요.
So I'm thinking about how I should tidy up my hair right now. It's actually gotten way longer than I expected. And indeed, wow, yeah. It's basically covering like half of his face.
원래는 사실 조금 길어볼까 싶었는데
At first, I thought I would try growing out a bit. And I think here he said 별로 안 이쁜 것 같아지고, meaning, but it doesn't really look that good, honestly.
네, 머리 많이 길었죠. 그냥 막 길고 있어요.
Yeah, my hair's gotten really long, hasn't it? I've just been letting it grow freely. And by the way, For a lot of Korean men who've just gotten out of the military, and, as you know, within the military camp, your hair is supposed to be super short, especially if you're not an officer, basically a buzz cut. So they, freshly out of the military, many of Korean men have that desire to grow their hair really long. And I'm pretty sure BTS members, maybe some of them might be like that in the beginning. And of course, these are idols, right? They are idols. And hair is quite important when it comes to K-pop industry.
아마 조만간 자르긴 해야 될 것 같아요.
But here he said, 근데 아마 조만간 자르긴 해야 될 것 같아요. But I think I'll probably have to cut it soon.
집 가는 길이고요.
I'm on my way home right now. I think he just read a comment that probably asked him, where are you going or something. So he clarifies, I'm on my way home right now.
집 가는 길에 그냥 스근하게 켜봤습니다. 인사드리려고.
While I was heading home, I casually turned this on just to say hi. 스근하게 켜봤습니다. 인사드리려고.
염색은 안 해요? 염색은 안 할 것 같아요.
So he read a comment asking, aren't you going to dye your hair? And he replied, I don't think I'll dye it.
염색은 별로.
염색은 별로. Dyeing doesn't really, or maybe I'm not really interested in dyeing my hair.
그동안의 그런 것들을 보면은 염색은 굳이 안 어울리는 것 같아요.
Yep, and he clarifies further. Looking back at everything I have done, or the hairstyles that I've tried in the past, I don't think dyeing suits me much.
염색 해볼까요?
Should I try dyeing it though? He asked.
LA or Seoul? Seoul. 진짜 서울이죠.
Somebody asked him about his location. He says, of course, I'm in Seoul.
I'm here in Seoul.
I'm here in Seoul, he says.
I like your long hair. 근데 롱이 진짜 롱이에요. 봐볼래요?
He said, I've got long hair, and then it says, it's really long. 진짜 롱이에요. Wanna see? Oh, wow, yeah. That's more than half of his face, like 3/4.
진짜 많이 길었죠.
Or 2/3.
이렇게 돼요.
So it's got super long, right? That's why it falls like this.
Oh my god. 이런 걸 원해요, 여러분들? 활동 막 시작하는데 갑자기 막 이런 머리가 막.
Is this what you want? What you guys want? Imagine starting promotions or activities suddenly with this hairstyle.
왼발 보고 싶다고요?
Somebody asked, or somebody commented, and he says, "You want to see me with silver hair?" 왼발.
말은 좀.
Silver hair is a bit.
좀 고려 대상이지 않나.
So here he says 좀 고려 대상이지 않나, which means it is one of the options. But I think the nuance, given the nuance and the tone, it really means it's maybe not really something I should consider, or it's not really an option, even though he phrased it softly. Okay, and yeah, also the context is what he just said, that he is not really interested in dyeing his hair. So here I think he said it's not really something I should consider when it comes to the possibility of dyeing his hair silver. Although he has tried silver hair before and it looked quite good on him. So these are the images and photos of JHOPE with silver hair before. Yeah, but I guess this time he's not thinking about dyeing his hair, but you never know because again, in K-pop, hair is a really important part of looks, And oftentimes, idol members really hide them, secretly hide their like plans for hairstyle, or dyeing your hair. So you never know. Maybe he will, but maybe he will not.
말은 좀 고려 대상이지 않나.
Yep. That's what he just said.
이렇게 짬짬이 좀 자주 찾아볼게요. 드라마에 나오는 악당.
He said, I'll try to stop by like this more often whenever I can, turning on his live stream. And he just read a comment that said, you look like a drama villain. I don't know what that comment's about.
계속 좀 운동하고 녹음하고 그렇게 살고 있습니다.
Oh, probably because of his hairstyle. He just said, 요즘 계속 운동하고 녹음하고 그렇게 살고 있습니다. These days, I've just been working out, recording, and living like that.
네, 잠을 좀 일찍 자야 되는데 다시 한국 와서 잠을 좀 늦게 자네요.
I should be going to bed earlier, but ever since I came back to Korea, I've been sleeping later.
이렇게 늦게 잘까?
Why do I keep staying up so late? Now, the thing is, of course, when these members were in LA, they had a very tight routine, right? So it makes sense that they had a very, like healthy lifestyle, going to bed early and waking up early. Also, many of the members are freshly out of the military. And if you're in the military, you go to bed really early, right? And then if you just got discharged, even as a civilian, you go to bed early because you're used to that pattern. Also, you're not supposed to use your mobile phones at night in the military. But as a civilian, you can do whatever you want. And I'm sure many of these members are going through that phase. So when you just get discharged from the military for the first couple months, you're still used to that pattern, routine, and healthy lifestyle. But after that, yeah, your pattern switches to your old self, old pattern that you used to have back in the days. But of course, JHOPE, the person that he is, he wants to maintain his healthy lifestyle, which is why he sounds kind of regretful here about the fact that he's been staying up late. Okay. Just reading comments.
Hobi marry me?
And of course, one of the commentators wrote, Hobi marry me. Is this like, here's a question that I was kind of thinking about. This is like a running joke nowadays, right? Nobody really says it to, I don't know, like half seriously. Oh, I mean, when I say half seriously, like to show affection. I don't even know what kind of question I'm asking. Like, okay, what I mean is, how many percentage of people who write that comments really write that comments sarcastically to, I don't know, to be funny? Or are a lot of people still writing that comments to really express their desire to? Anyways, he said, 푹 잘 쉬고 있습니다. I've been resting well.
좀 탔어요. 좀 탄 거 같아. LA 갔다 와서 좀 탄 거 같아.
I got a little tan. 좀 탔어요. I think I tan a bit after coming back from LA.
오빠 콘서트 하러 호주 와주세요. 호주.
Somebody wrote in the chat, please come to Australia for a concert, 오빠.
오케이. 입력.
He said, 호주, Australia? Okay, noted.
머리가 길어요. 머리 좀 조만간 정리하려고.
Yep, your hair is long, somebody wrote. Yes, I'm planning to trim it soon. Hold on. 방탄소년단, BTS, 호주. Has BTS been to Australia before? No, right? I don't think Australia is a popular region for K-pop idols. 호주 K-pop 콘서트. Okay, I guess twice went there. Is Australia really a place where it's hard to hold a K-pop concert? Somebody asked on Reddit. Okay, we'll have to see. JHOPE said 입력 noted, so we'll have to see.
타투.
All right, so here we go. He's gonna talk about his tattoos.
맞습니다. 제가 다리에 타투를 했어요.
That's right. I got a tattoo on my leg because I'm assuming somebody wrote about it or asked about it in the comments or in the chat room.
좀 놀라실 분들이 좀 많이 있었을 것 같아요. 네.
I'm sure a lot of you were surprised. Now, how did people figure it out? Because recently, JHOPE uploaded a TikTok video on his channel doing a dance challenge for Go, which is the first track that Cortis, Big Hit's new boy group, released. So he did a dance challenge, and in that video, yeah, people were able to catch these little tattoos that JHOPE had on his legs. And also, recently, a tattooist named Dr. Wu shared this photo with JHOPE. And yeah, we can see these tattoos on his legs. And I'm assuming this man, Dr. Wu, is the one who worked on JHOPE's tattoo. And here's a backstory that he's about to share.
뭐 사실 옛날부터 생각을 좀 하긴 했었어요.
Actually, I've thought about it for a long time.
뭔가 내 두 발로 걸어온 이 30년 넘는 이 삶 속에서 내 다리에 좀 의미 있는 말들과 의미 있는 그런 순간들을 기록을 하고 싶다가 좀 컸고요.
So actually, I've thought about having tattoos for a long time. Like with the 2 feet I have walked on through these 30 plus years of my life, I wanted to record meaningful words and meaningful moments on my legs. That thought really grew over time.
거기에 있어서 I'm your hope, you're my hope 이라는 말이 저한테도 그렇고 여러분들한테도 그렇고 뭔가 되게 의미 있는 말 같아서 나를.
And with that in mind, the phrase I'm your hope, you're my hope is meaningful to me and also to you guys. It just feels like such an important phrase.
움직여주는 내 두 다리에 그 말을 적으면서 또 다른 동기부여를 얻고 싶다라는 생각에 타투를 하게 됐습니다.
So on the legs that keep me moving, I had that phrase written, thinking it could give me another form of motivation. That's why I decided to get the tattoo. So yeah, indeed, very meaningful. Hearing that explanation.
저는 여기 상체 타투를 할 생각은 전혀 없고요. 하체는 옛날부터 여러분들한테 말은 안 했지만 옛날부터 계속 하고 싶다의 그런 생각이 좀 있었던 것 같아요.
As for me, I have no plans at all to tattoo my upper body. But as for the lower body, 하체, I never told you guys, but for a long time, I kept thinking that I wanted to do it there.
네, 모르겠어요. 이 타투를 또 좋아하시는 분들도 계실 거고 안 좋아하시는 분들도 계실 건데.
But I don't know. Some people like tattoos and some don't.
의미 있게 무릎 위에 혹과 오른쪽 무릎에는 위에는 I'm your, 밑에는 you're mine.
And still in a meaningful way, I had hope, the word hope, above my knee, and on my right knee, on top of it, says I'm your, and below it says you're my.
딱 적당한 위치에 적당하게 한 것 같아서 너무 마음에 들어요. 저는 개인적으로.
I think I placed just right at the perfect spot, and personally, I really like it. And I'm glad. Yeah, he does look super happy about it, super satisfied. And given the character that J-Hope is and his personality, I'm sure he thought about it for a very, very long time. And I'm glad that it worked out according to his plans and his vision that he had in mind about his tattoo.
그리고 또 장담은 못 하겠네요. 아마 저는 저는 되게 고심해서 되게 하는 스타일이라서 무작정 그냥 척대고 하진 않을 것 같고.
Yeah, there he said it. Well, I cannot promise anything but a big one though, big tattoo. I'm the type who really thinks it over carefully, so I wouldn't just do it recklessly.
뭔가 타투를 하면은 그만한 이유가 있지 않을까 저한테는.
For me, if I get a tattoo, there has to be a good reason for it.
아킬레스건에 부모님 이름 새길까?
Should I engrave my parents' names on my Achilles tendon?
근데 저는 이제 집을 다 왔습니다. 이제 꺼야 될 것 같아요.
Anyway, I've arrived home now, so I think I should turn this off.
이렇게 한번 쑥 찾아올게요 또.
I'll drop by again like this sometime.
얼굴이 많이 어둡네 지금은.
My face looks really dark right now.
여러분들
Yep.
사랑합니다.
Anyway, I love you all. Love you.
그럴게요. See you later.
I'll turn it off now. See you later.
Bye, Army.
Yep.
Miss you, Army.
I said bye, Army. Miss you, Army.
Bye.
And bye. So that was it. 10 minutes long, short and sweet. And of course, one of the highlights was his tattoo. So J-Hope's new tattoos. It sounds like it's both personal and symbolic. And they have already become a point of conversation among fans, among armies. And from these screenshots and also this photo and what he just said, we can see that the designs are simple, but carry a lot of weight and meaning. So again, on his thighs and knees, he chose to place variations of his signature phrase, I'm your hope, you're my hope. And for years, this has been J-Hope's way of greeting ARMY, a line that really captures his identity as both an artist and a source of strength for fans. So by tattooing these words on his legs, the very part of his body that keeps him moving, as he just explained, also, that keeps him moving, performing, and carrying himself forward, he gave that phrase an even deeper resonance, so to say. So it's not just a catchy phrase anymore. It's literally inscribed on the part of him that embodies movement and progress. And I think that's quite beautifully said. And yeah, just like he said on Weverse Live, he explained that he had long thought about getting tattoos on his lower body, even if he had no interest in upper body ink. And in Korea, tattoos can still be controversial, especially among older generation people, especially visible tattoos on the arms or torso. But leg tattoos are seen as more private, I guess. So his choice reflects that balance, expressing something deeply meaningful without compromising his stage image or broadcasting restrictions. And the placement itself is telling. Hope appears above the knee, while I'm your and you're my frame his right knee. And he described it as finding the perfect spot and being very satisfied with how it turned out. And that precision fits his personality. Again, he emphasized that he's not someone who would get tattoos impulsively, and every decision has to carry real purpose. So yeah, again, I'm glad that he's happy, and his tattoos aren't that flashy or designed to shock. So they're thoughtful, carefully placed reminders of the connection that he shares with ARMY and the motivation that he draws from that connection. So yeah, and I'm sure even the Korean fans would appreciate this tattoo because, again, Korea is still relatively conservative in some areas. And for example, when JK first revealed his tattoos, reactions in Korea were very mixed and very divided. And the reason is cultural. Like tattoos in South Korea have long carried stigma. Like older generations often associate them with gang activity, like gangsters, delinquency, or bad boy imagery. And while that perception has been changing among younger people, visible tattoos, especially on the hands or arms or upper body, can still draw negative attention in mainstream media. And at the time, some Korean fans even worried that Jungkook's tattoos might affect how he was seen by the public, because on TV, broadcast stations sometimes blur tattoos, and idols with like large visible ink have faced scrutiny. But over time, though, perception softened, and fans began to see his tattoos as an extension of his identity, symbols of his growth from a teenager into an adult artist with the freedom to express himself. And the ARMY tattoo, in particular, I think that resonated once people realized it was a direct tribute to fans. And I think that history matters for understanding J-Hope's choice as well. He opted for leg tattoos that carry just as much meaning, but are less prominent compared to Jungkook. But in both cases, what stands out is the same. That is, the tattoos center on meaningful words and the bond between BTS and ARMY. So that's great. So I hope you enjoyed this live stream and this video. And what part of his Weverse Live today stood out the most to you? And how do you feel about the phrase, I'm your hope, you're my hope, being turned into a tattoo? Does it change the way you hear the phrase now? And Hobi mentioned his long hair dilemma in the beginning. If you could style his comeback look, would you keep it long, cut it short, or dye it? And for international armies, once again, this is silver hair that he referred to. And what's your perception of tattoos in your country? And how does that compare to what you have learned about Korea's culture? So leave your thoughts and opinions in the comment section. And as always, when you write comments, let's stay positive, respectful, and classy. Peace and love. Bye-bye.